Melakim Aleph, 1 Kings chapter 2. In the days of David drew near to die, and he commanded Shlomo his son, saying, I am going the way of all the earth, and you shall be strong and be a man, and guard the charge of Yah your Elohim, to walk in his ways, to guard his laws, his commands, his right rulings, and his witnesses, as it is written in the Torah of Moshe, so that you do wisely all that you do and wherever you turn. So that Yah does establish his word which he spoke concerning me, saying, If your sons guard their way to walk before me in truth with all their heart and with all their being, saying, There is not to cease a man of yours on the throne of Israel. And also you know what Joab, son of Zeruiah, did to me, and what he did to the two commanders of the armies of Israel, to Abner, son of Ner, and to Amasa, son of Yether, that he killed them, and shed the blood of battle in peace, and put the blood of battle on his belt that was around his waist, and on his sandals that were on his feet. So act according to your wisdom, and do not let his gray hair go down to Sheol in peace, but show loving commitment to the sons of Barzillai the Gileadite, and let them be among those who eat at your table. For so they came to me when I fled from Absalom your brother. And see, with you is Shammai, son of Gera, the Benjamite from Bahurim, who cursed me with a grievous cursing in the day that I went to Mahanaim. But he came down to me at the Yarden, and I swore to him by Yah, saying, I shall not put you to death with the sword. And now do not leave him unpunished, for you are a wise man, and know what you should do to him, and shall bring his gray hair down to Sheol with blood. And David slept with his fathers, and was buried in the city of David. And the days that David reigned over Israel was 40 years. He reigned 7 years in Hebron, and in Jerusalem he reigned 33 years. And Shlomo sat on the throne of his father David, and his reign was firmly established. And Adoniyahu, son of Haggith, came to Bathsheba, the mother of Shlomo, and she said, Do you come in peace? And he said, Peace. And he said, I have a word for you. And she said, Speak. And he said, You know that the reign was mine, and all Israel had set their faces toward me, that I should reign. But the reign has been turned around and has become my brother's, for it was his from Yah. And now I am making one request of you. Do not refuse me. And she said to him, Say it. And he said, Please speak to sovereign Shlomo, for he would not refuse you, to give me Abishag the Shunammite as wife. And Bathsheba said, Good, let me speak for you to the sovereign. And Bathsheba came to the sovereign Shlomo to speak to him for Adoniyahu. And the sovereign rose up to meet her, and bowed down to her, and sat down on his throne, and had a throne set for the sovereign's mother, so she sat at his right hand. And she said, I am making one small request of you, do not refuse me. And the sovereign said to her, Ask it, my mother, for I do not refuse you. Then she said, Let Abishag the Shunammite be given to Adoniyahu your brother as wife. And sovereign Shlomo answered and asked his mother, and said to his mother, Now why do you ask Abishag the Shunammite for Adoniyahu? Ask for him to reign also, for he is my older brother, for him and for Abiathar the priest, and for Joab son of Zeruiah. And sovereign Shlomo swore by Yah, saying, Elohim does so to me, and more also, if Adoniyahu has not spoken this word against his own life. And now as Yah lives, who established me and set me on the throne of David my father, and who has made me a house, as he promised, Adoniyahu shall be put to death today. And sovereign Shlomo sent by the hand of Benayahu, son of Jehoiada, and he fell upon him, and he died. Then the sovereign said to Abiathar the priest, Go to Anathoth, to your own fields, for you deserve death. But I do not put you to death at this time, because you did bear the ark of the Master Yah before my father David, and because you were afflicted in all my father was afflicted in. So Shlomo dismissed Abiathar from being priest to Yah, to fill the word of Yah which he spoke concerning the house of Eli at Shiloh. And news came to Joab, for Joab had turned aside after Adoniah, though he did not turn aside after Absalom. And Joab fled to the tent of Yah, and took hold of the horns of the slaughter place. And the report came to sovereign Shlomo that Joab had fled to the tent of Yah, and see, he is by the slaughter place. Then Shlomo sent Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, saying, Go, fall on him. So Benaiah came to the tent of Yah and said to him, Thus said the sovereign, Come out. And he said, No, for here I die. And Benaiah brought back word to the sovereign, saying, Thus said Joab, and thus he answered me. And the sovereign said to him, Do as he had said, and fall upon him, and you shall bury him, so that you take away from me and from the house of my father the blood which Joab shed without cause. Thus Yah shall return his blood on his head, because he had fallen on 2 men more righteous and better than he, and killed them with the sword while my father David did not know, Abner, son of Ner, commander of the army of Israel, and Amasa, son of Jether, commander of the army of Yehudah. So shall their blood return upon the head of Joab and upon the head of his seed forever. But upon David and his seed, upon his house and his throne, there is to be peace forever from Yah. Then Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, went up and fell upon him and put him to death, and he was buried in his own house in the wilderness. And the sovereign put Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, in his place over the army, and the sovereign put Zadok, the priest, in the place of Abiathar. And the sovereign sent and called for Shammai, and said to him, Build yourself a house in Jerusalem, and dwell there, and do not go out from there anywhere. And it shall be on the day you go out and pass over the Wadi Kidron, know for certain that you shall die. Your blood is on your own head. And Shammai said to the sovereign, The word is good, so my master the sovereign has said, so your servant does. So Shammai dwelt in Jerusalem many days. And it came to be at the end of 3 years that 2 slaves of Shammai fled to Achish, son of Maacah, sovereign of Gath. And they informed Shammai, saying, See, your slaves are in Gath. And Shammai rose up and saddled his donkey and went to Achish at Gath to look for his slaves. And Shammai went and brought his slaves from Gath. And Shlomo was told that Shammai had gone from Jerusalem to Gath and had come back. So the sovereign sent and called for Shammai and said to him, Did I not make you swear by Yah and warn you, saying, Know for certain that on the day you leave to go anywhere, you shall certainly die? And you said to me, The word I have heard is good. And why have you not guarded the oath of Yah and the command that I gave you? The sovereign also said to Shammai, You know that all the evil that your heart has known that you did to my father David, and shall return your evil on your own head. But sovereign Shlomo is blessed, and the throne of David is established before Yah forever. So the sovereign commanded Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, and he went out and fell on him, and he died. And the reign was established in the hand of Shlomo.